All right, good morning, everyone. It's Friday. Now that I'm working during the day, I'm like, you know what? Weekends are not as bad as I thought. I feels like I'm working 24/7, and it's really easy to get burnout. But we keep moving, we keep going, and yeah, good morning, everyone. Hopefully, you guys are all doing good. Sorry, I was just getting my socks on. So, um, let's go ahead and start looking at what we got going on. I'm feeling way better today than I was yesterday, so that is good. So I was thinking that we could get a low time frame sell model off of this, and it's looking like I was right, but I had too tight of a stop loss on demo. All right, I was trying this on demo. Now this is looking even better. You can see we hit the sniper model entry. Good morning, Snowman. Yeah, I'm feeling better. We ended up hitting the sniper model entry, so I tried this on demo because um, I thought that we would just simply induce that high and then the model would start, but that did not work. But that's why I tried it on demo, because I literally just woke up, have not analyzed anything, and well, now you can see that it is holding, and we held the sniper entry point, right? The sniper entry point held perfectly. So, just kind of cool, right? And so, now maybe we could take this as an inverse value gap. But, like I said, I'm not taking anything for real right at this exact second, because, I'm still getting ready and haven't even looked at anything. So, I think that'd be kind of irresponsible. But, yeah, hang on one second. Where the heck is my other shoe? Oh, here it is. Alright. So, yeah, like I was saying, just getting warmed up here. We should actually zoom out and look at bias and start on the higher time frame. So, on the daily chart, what do we got going on? On the daily chart, right, it's still a giant CRT. So honestly, let's get rid of the notes I put in the general chat, because I don't feel like we should start at the higher time frame. So let's just start at the higher time frame. Starting at daily. Looks like we swept out the daily high of this giant range. So I still think drawn liquidity will probably be this low. That's just kind of what I'm thinking, since I see this whole entire range as a giant CRT. But then again, let me know what you guys are thinking, right? So, and as well, it's a weekly CRT, right? So let's start there. Daily CRT low. It's kind of what I'm thinking on daily chart. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. I think it's we should drop down the time frame here. So just a thought, right? Be drawing to the end of the range of up close candle bodies. So just a thought. Let's drop down a lower time frame. So it's 12-hour. It's a 12-hour gap. 8-hour looks like a giant mess. 6-hour gap. 4-hour. So it's definitely some kind of gap here, right? There's definitely some kind of gap, which makes me feel like we might end up reacting off of this area. This is a gap. So like, I'm gonna screenshot this, right? 6-hour gap. I think we'll probably continue lower off of this, but we'll keep looking. Down to the 4 hour. Not really a gap on the 4 hour. I guess it is. If you, implied 4 hour gap, right? If you combine those candles into one. So, implied 4 hour gap. So, yeah, definitely feeling a lot more locked in today, which is really good. So, yeah, essentially an implied 4 hour gap here. Dropping down another time frame, right? 2 hour, same deal, right? It's kind of like an implied gap. You can see the market starting to react to that, and now it's also 2 hour CRT, right? 2 hour CRT. You see that? Just a thought. And we sweep out those highs. Guess let's drop down to the 1 hour. So let's mark out this end of this, the close of this candle here, right? Because anything above this is going to be ideal. Remember, bro, I'm bullish today. How about you? I'm still getting my bias, but I might be leaning bearish because we got this 2 hour CRT, and this is kind of like a gap, but I'm still getting information. Once again, it's good that we disagree because then we can talk about it. So here's that 2 hour CRT. I mean, we might be bullish today. I could see it, especially because we swept out this low. Yeah, because we definitely wicked out that low, and now we're closing higher. I'm still getting my bias, dude. I have no idea. But it kind of looks like we could just, be losing steam here. Powell speaks at 10. Oh, yeah, thank you, Snowman. We forgot to check news. We should go check news right now. Oh, yeah. And Trump is speaking. All right, let's go put this in the... what is it? News today. Looking at mad volatility today. Yeah, I've got Powell speaking, so I'm still getting my bias, guys. Don't take anything I'm drawing out on my chart too literally, because there wasn't 8:30 news. There was only 10 a.m., 12, and 2, and day 2. The 8:30 news was yesterday. Anyway, let's keep looking around. Once again, don't take anything I'm marking out literally yet because I'm still kind of just getting warmed up, getting my bias. I literally still just barely got on the charts. So we could be looking at that as like a, anything above here, possible CRT. But once again, Hyper could be totally right. We could be bullish, and I just need to kind of do more analysis to figure it out. So. Could definitely be wrong here. So when did the 2-hour candle close? So 6 closes at 8. So at 8 o'clock. So we got the close right here. So just a thought, like, if the market does want to go lower, this was a optimal short entry because that was the CRT. And you can see we tap OTE of that. The sniper entry. Once again, guys, don't take anything I'm saying as by the word of it, because I'm just getting warmed up. Sorry, I've been thinking, look on the Forex Factory in my back test that I was going to be cooked. Oh, makes sense. So 5-minute chain stay delivery from 2-hour implied gap. It's kind of what I could see this as a possibility, right? But once again, right now, as of right now, these lows are high resistance liquidity. As of right now. Not saying they won't be low resistance, but as of right now, they're high resistance, right? Every single time we're trying to go break them, they are high resistance liquidity. So that is something to keep in mind, that as of right now, these lows are high resistance. They could become low resistance, but as of right now, they're high resistance. So, just a thought. Even though I'm framing this as a sell model, I think it's possible that we continue higher because, you know, the draw on liquidity could end up being these equal highs. I might be offside though. Even with this CRT, these lows getting information, these lows could definitely end up being high resistance and we push higher. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially because we have such a good liquidity pool above. We have equal highs, like triple equal highs. That is a fantastic liquidity pool. And so I'm not going to lie, that actually could end up being the draw, right? We actually have triple equal highs above. And this is high resistance liquidity. Yeah, now that I think about it, it looks like we kind of formed the entire bottom of the model here, and now we're gonna drop to these high or low triple equal highs. Yeah. So we definitely could be drawing up to those triple equal highs. I mean, it also looks like, yeah. It's usually how it goes. I usually start out thinking one thing, and then as I dig into the charts deeper, I realize, oh, yeah, I think I might be offside. Yeah, you can see we have we have really nice triple equal highs above. And so let's open up. Yeah, it's usually how it goes. I start out thinking one thing. My eyes on the hourly BISI, 1 hour CSD after sleep previous hours low, and those equal highs on my draw. Yeah, I'm liking that hyper. And as well, like, well, let's see if there was like a higher time frame PD array, right? Because in the short term, we did sweep out this low. And this low was an old previous day's low. Yeah. Yeah, we swept previous day's low right here. So previous day's high and triple equal highs could be the draw. Oh yeah, we need to do so here's like an external liquidity sweep. Okay, hang on. I need to open up the other chart here. And I want to put this on single screen. Okay. Now, was there any SMT here? I'm gonna move this to my other screen. I'll keep an eye on it. See if we get SMTs at all. Yeah, I mean, if you look at it objectively from a like a 1 hour close point of view, 1 hour candle body closed really, really nicely. And we did just sweep previous day's low here. Yeah, you can see we sweep previous day's low. This looks like nice signature, right? 1 hour change of state. Note this volume imbalance in the bottom of the breaker. That could end up being like a Reaper for value gap, right? So we should watch that. Right, this is a giant 1 hour gap below. We're getting obvious displacement, essentially a break of structure on the hourly chart. Now I'm starting to feel like we might be getting onside here. So, first day's low swept. Do we have like a 4 hour key level? Yeah, we kind of tapped this. Wait, let me actually go to the higher time frame here. You know what? Actually, this 4 hour rejection block. We have SMT with this 4 hour rejection block, so. Because NASDAQ sweeps it, and S&P doesn't. Yeah, wait, what do you guys think about this? Possible SMT here. And, you know, essentially a 4 hour BPR. Yeah, look at that. Oh, that actually does not look bad. When you look at it like this, I mean, this really does kind of look bullish. What do you guys think? I mean, at least to those triple equal highs, right? So then I want to see where's the 15-minute change in state of delivery, because we have a 4-hour key level. 15-minute change in state is right here. So guys, the move might honestly be to enter at that 15-minute change in state of delivery. Or you maybe even find a lower time frame entry. And there's SMT with YM with previous day's low. Okay, that is convincing. I'm not gonna lie, guys. That is very, very convincing. SMT with YM with previous day's low. And we got triple equal highs there. What do you guys think about this? I mean, this is, I don't know what change to delivery you want to use, but clearly we got 15-minute change in state delivery. With displacement. So, I might want to measure that like this. And then maybe the entry could be on the wick. Like this. You could even go on the lower time frame and find a lower time frame entry. One, two, three. Then we have LRLR up here. So we'll probably go to the third. You guys think it'd be better to find a lower time frame entry though? Like, one thought I have, like, how could you take this trade? This looks really clean. Okay. I'm gonna. Oh yeah, I need to open up my Apex accounts. Yeah, one possibility is we literally just wait for a lower time frame confirmation. Another possibility is we simply enter at the at this here. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I think we should use this 15-minute gap right here. Or whatever, right? This is a, move higher of displacement. We use whatever gap within this range, and we look for maybe a flow state off of that. I kind of just want to watch price right now. I'm not gonna lie. Not 100% sure. So which means I'm gonna sit on my hands here. So obviously this is looking like accumulation here. Yeah, I feel like we could definitely get something. I mean, the safe thing to do is that you could literally just enter at that white line and then target the 2R and go for the triple equal highs. I feel like such a safe way to play it, honestly. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna think about it. We got time. Guys, oh man, I'm nervous, but I'm also excited because I feel like this could be such a textbook day. Like, look at the weekly range, right? It's a giant, yeah. The weekly range, right? It's a giant expansion candle down. So, this could honestly be a TGIF day, right? If you guys don't remember what TGIF is, it's like Friday reverses whatever happened the entire week, and it reverses back into the weekly range. And so this could actually be really, really textbook. So I kind of just want to, chill out. We're going to wait till market open because, if we know anything about the market, it's going to manipulate probably at market open. And we want to be able to catch that manipulation when it happens. The cool thing about this is this 50-minute CISD, it's also the Reaper of this breaker. Kind of cool. I feel like that's a really nice level. We also have a volume balance right there too. So I'm gonna screenshot this. Yeah, once again, I want to see manipulation down. Probably at market open. Canadian retail news? Oh, okay, that makes sense. Man, like I said, I feel like this could be very textbook, TJF type of day. So, I don't know. I'm feeling optimistic. I'm not overly confident, but I'm optimistic. I feel like we can maybe get something good today, but I'm gonna stay humble, or else the market will humble me. But I mean, this makes a lot of sense to me that if we're accumulating right now, market open could definitely manipulate. And this was also a Phoenix model with the 4-hour rejection block here. Because S&P did not sweep the rejection block. FOMC meeting minutes drives prices down, some lows, and then move up. Oh, FOMC meeting drives prices down and some lows, and then move up. Yeah, it's kind of what I'm expecting, hopefully. I mean, not necessarily hopefully, just like, that's kind of what I'm thinking, right? I'm waiting for, 10 a.m., because I think that's when he speaks, right? Let's go ahead and look at that again. So if Powell's speaking at 10, I kind of just want to just wait until 10 and hopefully maybe get some manipulation and then get in to get on side of distribution. And then if we play our cards right, this could be a somewhat high RR type of day because we have a really good bias. We have a really good high time frame liquidity pool, which is those triple equal highs. And so all we got to do is get an entry. And if we can figure out where we're going to enter, if we can figure out where we can get our entry, today could be a high RR day for us. Obviously, I'm going to scale out. It's not going to be all or nothing. But, if we take just like a maybe like a 5-minute change instead of delivery with a liquidity sweep, or like a 5-minute inversion or a 3-minute inversion, like literally anything like that, it's probably going to be pretty solid to get in on that move. And that's probably going to be pretty high RR. I'm going to... Okay, I'm going to get my notes out. So, I'm also going to get my top step accounts ready. Pause, no rate cuts is red day. I mean, maybe, dude. I just pay attention to where the liquidity is on the chart. I don't really overcomplicate it. Because at the end of the day, stop losses are going to be where the market's going to move. But, you know, maybe. Okay, let me make sure my top step accounts are set up right. Trading, copy trading. There we go. So the leading account is that one. Okay. Top step accounts are good. So now we're just kind of just waiting. I'm not going to lie. This is going to be a lot of waiting because we're not really going to do anything until we get obvious manipulation. And then we get change day delivery or an inverse value gap. And that's just reality of it. So right now we're in accumulation mode. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at too, Christopher. I'm looking at that too. I'm liking that. Right? So we're just waiting for manipulation. It's kind of boring. It's kind of boring, but this is how the professionals are doing it, right? You got to just wait. Ideally, I'd love to see us push down into this 15-minute gap, like Christopher is saying, 15-minute gap below. I mean, we might need to rebalance the equilibrium, and meaning that would put us all the way down here. So we'll see if they go that low. I'm looking at like this Reaper gap. I think this is gonna be a decent level, and this is also a 15-minute change day delivery. Boring is what pays the bills. Exactly, Christopher. Exactly. But yeah, guys, I just want something like a simple, I don't want to go too low time frame and try and be like a beast, because theoretically, right, if you enter on the lower time frame, like super low time frame, you can get really high RR. I might practice it on demo, right? I'll definitely consider taking a practice version of that on demo, but for my real accounts, like I'm just looking for a pretty safe, high probability, medium time frame inverse value gap or a change state delivery. And I'm not going to go too low, I'm not going to go too high RR, I'm just going to I'm going to try and go for something that actually, obviously it's just going to be what makes sense in the context of liquidity. At the end of the day, I'm going to be going off of what makes sense in the context of liquidity. And right now, I see this as just such a fantastic liquidity pool. I think with Powell speaking, it's such a great opportunity that I think will very, very good chance we could go there. So look at that. Triple equal highs right there. I mean, with Powell speaking, and then also low resistance highs above there as well. So yeah, that's a possibility. Also the lows of London. I don't know about lows of London, because London lows are a sweep of previous day's low. And I don't know. Typically when London makes the low of the day, the daily profile is that we continue. So I don't know if we'll actually go all the way back and take London lows. But maybe. Okay, I'm going to open up my demo account as well. I keep forgetting to do that. Just in case we want to take some. We might want to try a practice trade on demo, guys. Just to, get some practice in, because there's always opportunity. So why not practice on demo? Well, we can, right? So if we want to practice on demo, one thing I'm thinking about for maybe a demo trade is honestly the same trade I was thinking of before. I still kind of like that trade from before where we essentially say, okay, technically this is a 5-minute gap here. Honestly, let's try this trade on demo again, right? Where we have a 5-minute gap here. And then we had a sweep and a 30-second change of state delivery at these highs. The only thing is we kind of already tapped it. But you get what I'm saying, right? Liquidity sweep. So once again, I'm thinking we could manipulate. The reason I'd be bearish going down to here is because this could be manipulation. But this isn't my trade on my real accounts. No way, let's go, dude. Snowman, it's exactly how you gotta play it. I love it. I love it. So yeah, we could be looking at an inducement of this high into the change state delivery. Let's put a limit order there on demo. And yeah. Let's try it out, right? So what would this be? Probably go 8 cons like that. So we'd be looking at possibly getting an inducement of this high. Just to practice on demo, right? Not necessarily saying, but think about it, right? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So I'm just going to put this as a practice trade. And then obviously I'll scale out. I already tried this once on demo and I messed it up. But that's okay. So anyway, we'll try. Once again, I think getting more practice on demo is a good thing. So let's show my other screen. So here's my real accounts. Here's my demo account. Let's go ahead and try this on demo. No idea if this is going to work. Once again, I already tried this exact same trade earlier, and it did not work that time. But, you know, this time we've got more accumulation, so this could end up working out this time. Once again, it's pretty high RR. So but yeah, essentially I'd be inducing that high. And then yeah, we're good on these accounts. We're not doing anything on our real accounts. Not yet. Not yet. We want to actually enter with the distribution for the day, which I think probably will be bullish, but to be determined. So anyway, we're probably going to get filled on demo. So yeah, let's switch over to the other screen. So yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this, but it's a possibility, right? I'm acknowledging it as a possibility because, yeah, once again, we want to pair our change of state delivery entries with inducements, and it's a good inducement. We have an obvious range of liquidity below, obvious range of liquidity here, obvious gap and change in state. We're definitely in premium of this displacement. So yeah, once again, I'm basically saying, like, did it really not get filled yet? Hey, what up, random guy? Good morning. Bro, YouTube is bugging for me. Is my stream bugging?
Order filled.
Okay, guys, by the way,
Order filled.
that was on demo. It keeps showing you're not streaming even when you are. Really? What? That's so dumb. That's crazy. It only filled... How come it's a demo? It's a demo trade. How did it only fill 4 of the cons? That is so weird. Yeah, this is on demo. Hyper. This is just for practice. Once again, I think taking a lot of trades on demo to practice is not a bad thing. But this is on demo. And reason is because I'm expecting manipulation before distribution. So if we're going to manipulate, I'm expecting this to manipulate to this unfilled gap here, which means I'm looking for a lower time frame trade down that's going to manipulate.
Order filled.
And then,
order filled.
All right, we just got filled all the cons for our demo
order
trade.
Filled.
So that's all demo once again, right? That's not real. Once again, that was demo. See how my real accounts don't have any orders? Because I'm not trading right now on my real accounts because I'm waiting to actually get on side with distribution for my real accounts, right? Because I think we're not going to get distribution until probably after Powell speaks, because realistically, Powell speaking is going to drive the market, right? So I'm going to be waiting for that to get in on my real accounts probably, but just for practice, right? I'm trying this on demo, just to see. And yeah, once again, I paired the change state delivery with an inducement of that high. So. But yeah, once again, this is on demo, not real. My real accounts have nothing on them because I'm not trading yet. But I think it's really good to get practice, right? So once again, why did I like this? Because we're pairing an entry with an inducement. And when you do that, it's going to be really, really nice. Really high probability stuff. So we'll see how this goes. Once again, nothing on my real accounts. No trades on my real accounts yet. We're still kind of in accumulation anyway, right? You can see that we have not broke either side of this range. So I'm really waiting for that to happen. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking we're going to draw down to this unfilled gap, this 15-minute gap down here. Once again, the reason I've taken this short on demo is because 5-minute gap in premium of this, this displacement here. And then 30-second change in state after liquidity sweep. And once again, I'm expecting manipulation right now. I'm expecting us to manipulate down and then distribute up. So that's why I'm considering that on demo. But once again, this could stop me out on demo. I'm literally not going to give a care in the world because I'm just practicing. But yeah, we're just waiting right now. We got Powell speaking at 10. So, not much we're going to do until then. Unless the manipulation's been obvious and we get an optimal entry point. But right now there has not been the manipulation move yet. So I'm kind of anticipating the manipulation. Dodgy says, good luck in the battlefield today. What does he even mean? Oh, because Powell's speaking. Yeah. Alright, so far we're getting this move lower. You could go break even at this low if on demo, right? Let's take a look at how that demo trade's going. So demo trade's up about 1R, which is not bad. Looks like we got the top ticked it so far, so that's good. I think when we run these low resistance lows, at that point I'd go break even. If we run those low resistance lows. Once again, this is on demo. So, anyway. So, yeah, now we're just being patient, right? I'm just waiting. Once again, taking a trade on demo for practice, but that's not a real trade. For my real accounts, I'm waiting probably for 10 a.m. I'm just being, I want it to be super obvious. I want the manipulation to have been super obvious. And, yeah. Oh, dang, there's 9 people watching. That's a lot. It's a lot, yeah. A lot of people watching. But, yeah, we're just chilling, waiting. Powell's speaking at 10, so once again, I'm just waiting for some kind of obvious manipulation. As of right now, right? I'm gonna get rid of all this because that was just for a demo trade. But as of right now, we're definitely in a accumulation range. So we need to break out of this. Essentially, is what I'm thinking. We also have a 5-minute gap here. So I guess you could call this its own model, right? We have a 5-minute gap here and then a 30-second change state delivery here. So that's actually probably a more precise way to mark out the trade that I'm taking on demo, right? 5-minute gap, 30-second change state. So market open in 2 minutes. (30-second change in state). Once again, I literally do not care what happens on that demo trade because it's literally demo. So but yeah, once again, in general right now, it's not obvious yet, and the market's it's waiting for Powell to speak. So anyway, it is possible that I don't know. I'm just watching and waiting. I want to see manipulation. That's essentially all I'm trying to say. I know I've said that so many times, but when we get manipulation, it'll be obvious, and then we can get onside of distribution. So, a lot of waiting right now. 1 minute to market open. Kind of curious, what do you guys think is going to happen? Pump or dump? You guys think it's going to pump or dump right now? I think we're going to dump. But maybe we're going to pump. I don't know. Three seconds and Oh, wow, we're pumping. Oh my gosh, I was wrong. Or maybe I wasn't wrong. I was right so far. Okay, at this point, I'm going to go break even on the demo because now we should not come back. There's no reason to go back. And the take profit is going to be, let's take 4 off here.
Order filled.
And then, you know, once we get a little bit further down, we'll just take 4 more off, and then let's take 2 more off here.
Order filled.
And then I'm going to take the last 2 off. Yeah. You know, something like this.
Order filled.
Order filled on what? Okay. I was like, that better not have been on my real accounts. Okay, nothing on my real accounts. W trade on the demo. W trade on the demo. The last is at break even. And I'm just going to target probably 194 or 195 or something. Yeah. Anyway, that's the trade on demo, right? That was just demo trade. Literally does not mean, like, I was not taking that for real. But now it's like, okay, this is manipulation, right? This is what we wanted to see. So yeah, we're in this 1 hour for value gap now, and yeah, honestly, this is exactly what I wanted to see, right? I wanted to see manipulation before distribution higher. So once again, I think this is a good level, but we're gonna keep our eye out. I should have taken all off on the demo down there. Yeah, let's take all the rest off on demo.
Order filled.
So we messed that up a little bit. I should have taken all off down there. But it is what it is.
Order filled.
Does not really matter. But yeah, I messed that up on demo, but still a good trade, right? Now that was just demo, and it is what it is. So, wow, I sold at the worst possible time. That's okay. Yeah. Once again, right, I am personally waiting for us to get distribution to the upside because I do think this is manipulation, right? This is a textbook Judas swing so far. So, nice. Great work, Snowman. All right, looks like maybe that could the market could be. I don't know. I'm gonna be a little more patient. Nothing's screaming obvious to me. We did have a 5-minute gap here. So no 30-second change in state yet. So I'm not doing anything. So we might need to come down and sweep this low into the gap and then get 30-second change in state. Right, I'm still expecting manipulation. Just being patient here. Powell speaking. Yeah, 25 minutes. So. Let's just take a look at our GB levels for fun. Look at that. Low of the dealing range. You see how we went right at the low of the dealing range? Right to the low? This is why I like to look at this, because I think it's, it's insightful. And now we went to the low of the dealing range again. So we're kind of in this fair value gap area. All right. Once again, though, nothing obvious to me, so I'm not doing anything yet. I'm gonna get rid of this now. No way. Snowman, you legend. I love that. Okay. Now, once again, we could get this inversion. For me, it's not worth taking this because RR is not there and we're in premium. So, I don't think it's worth taking. I want to just be more patient and simply just wait. Do we have the first design for value up yet? Nice. I think, so this wasn't the first presented for value gap. This was, right here. So, a trade I would definitely consider taking is, it'd be kind of fun if we got the same thing from yesterday. Remember yesterday how everyone thought we were going to hold it, and then we failed and then rejected it, and then swept out the low? So, I want to, if we got something like that, I'll try and take that on demo. So we do have this first design for value gap. We could try a different trade on demo as well. Like, we actually have a 1 minute gap here. And we just swept out all these highs. So we could try 5-second change in state on demo. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This, it's not like the most light bulb thing in the world. We haven't even swept the high, but this 5-second change in state might actually deliver us lower. Should we try that on demo? It's nothing light bulb, but could be worth a demo shot. I should have just taken it. It's literally demo. Why does it even matter? What do you guys think? Should I try this on demo? I'm going to try it on demo. What is this? 7 cons? Oh, I almost did it on my real accounts. Not actually, but...
Order filled.
Okay, that was on demo. And I'm
Order
targeting
filled.
that consolidation. Once again, what I'm taking is a 5-second change in state off of a sweep and a 1 minute gap, or 5-second change in state off of a sweep and a 1 minute gap, 5-second change in state. So liquidity sweep. So we're trying this on demo just to see if this is gonna work. Once again, I have no idea, but I do think this is a good liquidity pool down here, so it's worth trying out. If it fails, I literally do not care. Once again, I literally do not care. Okay, yeah.
Stop
Market
filled.
was super bullish, so yeah. But you know, I did say, right? I did say this is not that high probability of a trade. I did say that. Like I was like admitting, like, yeah, guys, this decent chance does not work. And yeah, it's like I said,
Stop filled.
I don't really care. Yeah, every single time that happens, it scares me because I'm like, what if that was on my real accounts? But nah, we're good. It's not my real accounts. But yeah, nothing obvious for real. Once again, I kind of want to be a little bit more thoughtful about my demo trades because I want my demo trades to, you know, still actually be somewhat legit. Like the whole, like I want to take demo trades at least somewhat seriously, right? So I don't know. It could have worked out, but it didn't. But it definitely wasn't the most obvious thing in the world, right? That's the other thing I will say. So maybe I shouldn't have taken it on demo. But anyway, yeah, like I was saying, this is a dealing range, right? We went to that low of the dealing range, and now we're moving our way up in the world. I mean, look how perfectly we held that. Once again, I did honestly want to see some more manipulation than that. I'm not going to lie. That's kind of, you know, it's kind of not as much as I was expecting. I was expecting a little bit more. Looks like we're already distributing. Dang. Already hitting. Once again, if we had just simply done that trade that we wanted to, with just entering at that 15-minute... If we had simply done that trade where we entered at the 15-minute change of state delivery, that would have worked out really well. Yeah, the entry was not super clear. Agreed, Christopher. Agreed. So, like I was saying, you know, had I just done 4-hour BPR, 15-minute change state delivery, this ended up holding really well. Now, we did not go tap the body, but we did go tap the wick. Guys, I want to see you guys try and trade live, okay? Dodgy took what on the 32nd? Dodgy took this inversion on the 32nd? Yeah, it's a random guy. He front ran the 1-minute inversion because of conviction. And, I mean, normally you don't want to do that, but I talked to Dodgy about that, and he said, like, when you have conviction in the draw and liquidity, you can front run it, but it's like, normally you shouldn't. So he took this 30-second inversion. That is such a Dodgy type of trade, I will admit. That is a very, very typical trade of Dodgy. But it's his style, so yeah. Once again, I just wanted to see more manipulation. I'm kind of disappointed that there wasn't more, but I don't think we can be upset about not taking a trade. I think it's fine. So at this point now, we swept out all that. We broke structure. I mean, we're clearly about to run liquidity, right? Looks like we're ready to go run those equal highs. We have a fair value gap here. So, I could take this on demo to go run the liquidity. Because once again, 1 minute gap, 5 second change of state. And the reason I would take a trade like that is because it's very, very obvious that we're aggressively displacing. Oh, shoot, you can't see my screen. The reason I would take a trade like this is because it's very, very obvious that we're aggressively displacing. And I know when we're aggressively displacing, all the 1 minute gaps are going to hold. And all the 5 second change of state deliveries are going to work. And same with if it's a 5 minute gap and a 30 second change of state delivery. W me today, bro. Let's go. Let's go, Hyper. So yeah, we're losing steam now. So once again, like, I was kind of hoping for more. Maybe when Powell starts speaking, we'll get another manipulation. Who knows, right? Who knows? But I'm going to do nothing. If there's nothing obvious, guys, once again, if there's nothing obvious, you don't have to take a trade. And that's kind of me right now, right? For me, we're aggressively displacing. I'm not seeing anything obvious, so I'm not going to necessarily do anything because, yeah, right? It's not necessarily anything obvious. There's 10 people watching. That's crazy. That's a lot. Okay, this is kind of really nice displacement, I will admit. It's a 5 second displacement, but nah, I would still probably say we're probably delivering to these equal highs. I'm not gonna lie. But once again, it's nothing obvious enough for me to be like, oh yeah, this is worth taking for me. Like, no. I need to, like, once again, if it's not obvious for me, I don't need to take it. And that's the beauty of trading. And I need to work on not taking trades on demo if the trades on demo aren't obvious. Did it? Did it? That is so interesting. Yeah, we tapped the high of the dealing range here. But I don't know. It seems like we're drawing to those equal highs. Once again, though, if there's nothing obvious, I'm doing nothing. And right now, for me, there's nothing obvious. So, no reason to do anything. I wanted to see something with this first representative for value gap. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of disappointed. We have no interaction with this gap. And, I love those trades off the first representative for value gap. I was hoping maybe we could get something, but no interaction with the first representative for value gap whatsoever. And this, once again, even if this was a 1 minute inversion, for me, it's not really worth taking because there's not internal manipulation. It's just a sweep of all these lows. It feels like we're in premium. I mean, there's just reasons I don't think it's good enough. So I personally would not have taken that. But looks like it worked out for Dodgy. So good for him. Yeah, same here. I'm waiting for 10 a.m. speech. Hey, what up, Javier? Good morning. We're essentially just waiting on Powell at this point. Yeah, I didn't like anything in here. It's just like, it's so much discipline to not do anything. But once again, like, if you have conviction that we're gonna go run those low resistance highs right away, you can take the inversion. It's just, a lot of trading is like a personal backtesting preference thing. Like, for me, the RR just is not here. I don't think, for me, like, this, from an RR point of view, the chance that this works is not worth the 1R, if that makes sense, right? And you might feel like that's not the case, and that's totally fine. You should take it, right? But that just was not the case for me. But I get very picky with my trades. I really get picky, especially with my real accounts, and I'm trying to get more picky on demo too, because I think being picky on demo is going to help translate into being picky on my real accounts. I think, I should not have taken that one trade on demo that was not obvious. But it's like a filtering system. Like, first there's the trades that I consider but I don't even take on demo because they're not even worth it on demo. Then there's the trades that, okay, they slip through, I'm going to take them on demo, but I'm still not going to let myself take them on my real accounts. And only then, if it's good enough, am I like, okay, this is actually worth my real accounts. And so it's definitely a filtering process, for sure. So, yeah, once again, we had bias completely right. From the morning, we said exactly what we were anticipating. We were anticipating manipulation down and then distribution up to these equal highs. We know how we got the bias exactly right. This is exactly what happened. But no trades that I personally think that, I just don't feel like it was worth taking anything in specific. We do have 30-second change in state here, but this is once again, same thing about the inverse fair value gap, right? Yeah, we get 30-second change state off the 5-minute gap, but it's just a little high up for me. But you could take it. Same with, actually, this one would be a little better. I know this isn't like your typical change in state, but we get a close with good momentum, and it's still delivering off that 30-second gap. So this one, actually, I don't mind it. Because you can actually get, instead of having to put your stop loss all the way down here, you can put your stop loss right there. So this one actually is not terrible. So, anyway, once again, if there's no opportunity, I'm going to do nothing. We got Powell speaking, though, in 8 minutes, so I feel like we should have something, Most ideal scenario, I think if we had May running previous day's high, that's what I'm looking at. That's why I have this blue line drawn, is because we have triple equal highs with previous day's high. It's definitely going to these triple equal highs. Might as well full port now. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Do not do that. You will blow your account. Don't do that. But yeah, we're definitely drawing up to these triple equal highs, previous day's high. And, it can be obvious. That doesn't mean that I should take a trade. Because I need the actual entry, I need the risk to reward. There's so many other factors that go into a trade that you got to consider. You can't just full port to a draw on liquidity as much as you might want to, right? It's like you gotta have a system. You gotta have a risk. You gotta account for risk in case you're wrong, and if you don't, you will not succeed as a trader in the long run. It sucks, but it's true. So yeah, I don't know, guys. At this point, looks like we're kind of accumulating again, because Powell is speaking in 6 minutes. I guess there's more things that we can look at that we haven't. I'm not gonna lie. Let's get rid of all of our stuff on the chart that we don't need, like this, and this, and this, and this. Let's look at more of our stuff we could look at, right? We could look at session stat map. Look at that. Went to the session statistical manipulation level. So see how the stat map can be helpful once again, stat map is just statistically for any given range of time, where do we manipulate to and where do we distribute to. And the plus is for a bullish day, the minus is for the bearish day. So you can see statistically on a bullish day during New York session, we manipulate to this line right here. And yeah, see how it's a helpful confluence? So if we manipulated there, where could we distribute to? Maybe we distribute to here. It's nice. I mean, you're literally pairing statistics with your trades. I mean, that's valuable stuff. So once again, now see, I wanted to see this because I wanted to see if we get a pullback enough. That means that there might be opportunity for us. So we just got to keep being patient and keep waiting. One possibility is we dip back down into this range a second time and then eventually, like for instance, see how this is just a giant accumulation range? One possibility is we dump back down into this range, take liquidity here, right? You see how there's a ton of transactions right here? We dump back into this range, take liquidity, and then we get the real move higher and get an inverse fair value gap like this. This is a very decent possibility, and I've seen this happen quite a lot. Ooh, good idea, Christopher. Good idea. Yeah, definitely possible. We have that first inverse fair value gap. You know, that actually makes a lot of sense. We have the liquidity pool right here, and then the first inverse fair value gap is right underneath. That actually is a very good insight, Christopher. I'm not gonna lie. Look at that. Look at that first inverse fair value gap just chilling right there. And you know what we should look at? You opened a short there. You opened a short to target the first inverse fair value gap. Nice. So yeah. You were right. Looks like you're right so far, Christopher. Right? Drawing down to this liquidity pool. Once again, you see how this high transaction area is our drawn liquidity. Bang, we just hit that drawn liquidity. You see how this tool is so useful, right? So, yeah, nice. So now, right, we tap that liquidity pool. I honestly want to see us tap the first presented fair value gap. Let's go ahead and see what we get here. Do we tap the first presented fair value gap? And there was something else I was going to look at. Oh, I was going to see if this was the gold. Because I think we were looking at this being the low of the gold block. So could this be the fair value gap zone? Right? This could be a fair value gap zone. Right? First is in the fair value gap tapped. Yeah, look at that. We tapped that fair value gap zone. So we could take. I want to take this 5-second change of state delivery on demo. Just to, in case it works out, I think that'd be cool. Dang, dude. But notice how we tap that fair value gap zone. So if we get this 5-second change of state on demo, I'm going to take this on demo, but I'm not going to take my real trade yet. I want to see something a little bit more obvious. Okay, so I think we just got it, yeah. So I'm going to take this on demo.
Order filled.
Once again, it's just kind of a fun high RR type of trade. Not anything serious, but that's on demo. And that's probably to go... I'm going to probably target the triple equal highs. Oh my gosh.
Order filled.
Oh yeah, we just got filled on demo. Jeesh! Jeesh, was that cool or what? Was that cool or what? You guys saw me take that live. That was a 5R. Yo! That was a 5R trade. Dang! Dang! Oh my gosh. That was so sick. That was so sick. I'm not gonna lie, guys. You saw us tap. You guys saw us tap. So you guys saw us tap that first presented fair value gap, which is aligned with the fair value gap gold bar partition, right? You guys saw that. And then what aligns with a 1 minute gap? A 5-second change state delivery. It's just common sense. It is just common sense, guys. I mean, we tap that fair value gap, first presented fair value gap. We tap that fair value gap partition. We get 5-second change of state. I mean, just common sense. Like, well, we're probably going to go run our draw on liquidity now. That was so sick. But once again, it would have been a little cooler if it was on my real accounts. But, hey, that's why we take these on demo, so we can gain conviction to maybe take them for real. I already took profit. I already took profit at the triple equal highs. Okay, whatever. If I don't get a trade today, it's fine. I think 5R on demo is still pretty cool. That I have to admit, that was pretty cool. But yeah, why did I take that? Because the first presented fair value gap is super sensitive. And we got what lines with the first presented fair value gap? A 5-second change to delivery. And what else? What else, guys? It was aligned with that fair value gap in the gold block partition. So, bazillion confluences, guys. And Powell speaking. Once again, news delivers price towards where it wants to go. That was Powell. Alright, random guys. Sounds good. I can't lie. That was actually pretty cool. Once again, news. Alright, good night, random guys. See ya. Once again, news delivers price towards where it already wants to go. If it's not obvious by now, you just saw me take that trade live. You saw that was the draw on liquidity. And you saw we had news coming out at 10. So, what happened? We went to where we already wanted to go. It was already the draw on liquidity. You guys literally saw this live. Welcome to the Matrix. But what did he say? Good morning, move the market. Yeah. That would have been so cool if I took the Unreal, but you guys have to understand that. On real accounts, if I'm taking a trade and I'm taking it before news, that's just a little... It's dangerous. It's just dangerous. Like, on my real accounts, if I take that as a loss, it could get slippage and I lose way more than I want to. Bro, check my journal. Am I the market maker? I want to see this. Hey, what up, Inferno? Yeah, I'm still going to be waiting for my full live trading window, but once again, if we get any... Sounds good, Christopher. But yeah, if we get anything, I'll still consider taking it, but once again, that was such a good trade. Let's see what Hyper's execution was here. Man, that was beautiful. So what is the point if cannot trade news, especially so many props? Good question. I don't know why people don't trade news. Like, news delivers price towards where the market wants to go. And my market maker done on my fundeds. That's awesome. Once again, guys, it was such a cool trade. It was such a cool trade. I literally, like, I put the trade in, and it's like we hit the limit order right after. That's so sick. Yeah, that was an awesome trade. Dang, Hyper, let's go. I could have even targeted further, but I didn't think we were going to get this much volatility, to be honest. I had no idea. That was insane. I'm going to go get some water real quick. But we're going to leave this on the screen here. You think 930 was a good turtle soup? Let's see. 930. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling good after that. That was such a cool trade. Which one? This right here? I took that on demo. Look, are you talking about this turtle soup? I took this turtle soup. Except I didn't catch that top, but I did turtle soup this. So yes, because I did take it. Because it was a 5-minute gap, 30-second change of state of delivery, and we induced this high right into the 30-second change of state of delivery, so it's a good turtle soup, 100%. We induced this high into the 30-second change, and then, not unfortunately, but I took it when we induced this high. And I should have taken all off at that low, but I don't know. I was kind of dumb. And then I messed this up, but whatever. That was not a good trade. Yeah. Once again, we not draw this out right before it happened too, which is kind of crazy. Like, we drew out this entire thing. No, I meant turtle soup buy. Oh. Well, yeah, because what we had was, I think it was, because what we had was, let me show you. We had our obvious draw on liquidity. Actually, let's keep the session manipulation level first. We had a really obvious draw on liquidity, which was the triple equal highs with previous day's high. The really obvious draw on liquidity. And then we have a 4-hour BPR. We have stacked SMTs. We have SMT with ES and then SMT with YM. Previous day's low sweep. So what aligns with the 4-hour key level? A 15-minute change state delivery. So you could have entered on that. Right? 15-minute change in state delivery right there. You could have entered right there. And yeah, I think that would have been a great turtle soup. But you know, I was considering taking it if we hit this lower one. We did not. And I guess you could have taken this one, but anyway, it's not that big a deal. But yeah, you can see how precise that ended up being. So we did have bias right for today, which is kind of cool. Yeah. So you see how precisely we hit that. Dang, man, I don't think I'm going to get anything on my real accounts, which is kind of annoying because, like, we did so well today on demo. We did so well, and we did so well just predicting the market in general. Like, we basically called every single move. From to down to this low, and then down to the fair value gap, and then up. We called all of it. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, I don't know if we're gonna get anything, which is just so lame. But I hate taking losses on my real accounts. Guys, could you imagine? Imagine if I took this on my real accounts. Nah. Because if this was a loss on my real accounts, I'm not gonna lie, guys. We would not be happy. We would not be happy if this was a loss on the real accounts. Even though it obviously worked out, like, it's just not. Even though we're delivering from the first cent for value app, it's just not obvious enough. Oh, guys, by the way, that what you saw me take there, that was my model. That was my I have two models, right? The sniper model and the first strike model. So the first strike is 5-second change state delivery off of the first cent for value gap. This is my model here. How sick is that? Look at how good it is. Yo, Medbach. I caught this on demo. Look at this. My first strike model right there. Bang. 5R. Powell's speaking. But I caught this on demo. This is my first strike model, where you take a 5-second change state delivery off the first presented for value gap. And yeah, I caught that on demo up to those triple equal highs. That was a really cool trade. But I did not take anything on real accounts, and I don't know if I will. But we still show up. We just be patient. We wait. We knew where the market was drawing to. And yeah. I should have just trailed the stop. Yeah, when Powell's speaking, guys, we got to just trail our stop. Because we know Powell's going to drive the market. So if we just trail our stop, we're going to be good. That's insane one. I know. That trade was insane. I could have caught in a 10R if I just trailed my stop instead of having it hit take profit. But then again, you can't be upset about 5R. Let's be real. I mean, we took profit at the obvious draw on liquidity. Can we really be upset? Because that was where the market, it was undeniable it was going to go. So you can't be upset about that. So where could we be drawing to now? I took the trade on my real. You took the trade on your real account? Coolest kid, that's crazy. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. That is genuinely insane. You took that on real? Oh my gosh. You legend. Wow. That's crazy. But yeah, we went straight up, not just to this draw on liquidity, but we went straight up to go run the LRLR here. Coolest kid, you legend. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, guys, I just don't know if we're going to get anything else for real. Like, I think it's just going to be difficult to get a real trade. Dang, coolest kid, can you send the screenshot? He probably said good morning. I mean, maybe I could take a trade off of this gap. That's insane. Wait, you're not allowed to trade news on most props? Is that true? Dang. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of forgot there was news too. Anyway, very cool. Let's see how many people are watching. Nine. Let's go. Okay, so one possibility for a trade if you were really, a greedy little pig and you really needed to get a trade off. You could have tried this 5 second change in state, like off of the 1 minute gap, and clearly this would have worked. But is this high probability this far in premium? No. But you know what? It did end up working, so you know what? Whatever. 1.5R. Ryan got stopped out at break even, and then price runs towards equal highs. Really? That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I am so overprotective of my real accounts. Like, I can't wait to get to the point where there's so little pressure on my real accounts, it literally feels like they're demo accounts, and then I could just, take whatever I want to. But unfortunately, when it's real money, and it's prop firms, but still, like, you have to pay for those accounts. It's like, it's a different feeling. You don't want to just take anything. And so I just basically can't wait to get to the point where I'm like so confident, and I am so hopefully just so good at trading that I don't feel anything. Yeah, I think he means dodgy. Yeah, theoretically you could have taken this 5 second change state delivery off of this 1 minute gap. Was this high probability? I don't think so. But alright, finally we're getting movement. We're still driving higher. I think we should look at the higher time frame once again. Remember what I was saying from earlier, right? I was saying these highs will become low resistance once we get to the other side of the curve. And it's starting to look like we're getting to the other side of the curve, right? So now it's not low resistance liquidity, or it's not high resistance liquidity anymore. It's low resistance. When we come back there, it's not going to be high resistance because we already completed this entire bottom of this model. So now when we come back to these highs, it's going to be low resistance. Can you show me your entry at the 30-second, 15-second time frame? Yeah, sure. We can go look at that. Now he's the donut. Yeah, so I'll show you what I did. So what happened is we had the first resistance for value gap right here. And we were essentially thinking / anticipating that this was going to be really sensitive. You can see how sensitive it ended up being, but we were kind of anticipating like we could react off of this. And so my first strike model is when we get a 5-second change state delivery off the first resistance for value gap. It's essentially just flow state, but with a 5-second change state delivery and the first resistance for value gap, you enter. And so you'll note as well that it was the bottom of the gold block, or it was the fair value gap partition in the gold block range. So if I go down to bring this down a couple ranges here when it loads. Okay, I gotta bring it down 2 more. Oh, there we go. Okay, I gotta bring it up 1. So, as well, look at the gold block range. Look at how the first resistance for value gap was also perfectly at the top of the fair value gap partition. And we also had already went to the low of the dealing range right there perfectly. You see that? So I knew that this fair value gap would have a high probability to be sensitive. So we dropped down lower time frame. My first strike model is 5-second change in state off of the first resistance for value gap. And we had that really nice drawn liquidity, those triple equal highs. And then we just went straight there once Powell started talking. Bang. Crazy. Crazy stuff. And then Coolest Kid took this for real. So, that was insane. So okay, what next? Once again, at this point now, it's looking like we're on the other side of the curve. So these highs that were once high resistant are now looking to be low resistant when we get back to them. So this is probably the new draw on liquidity. Oh, you also wanted to see the 15-second and the 30-second chart. Well, what's the look at the 15-second chart? Because I took it on the 5-second. But if you want, I can pull it up. I'll just pull it up for you. Okay, here's the 15-second. Yeah, it looked like we got a 15-second change of state delivery as well. And then, very interesting. Very interesting. So, I still think at this point now, to me, it's clear that we're probably on the other side of this curve of this model. We're probably drawing up to these low resistance highs now. That's the most common sense draw on liquidity. With this much displacement, I mean, I think there's a reason we're having this much displacement. It's because the market wants to seek these low resistance highs. So, what could we frame a model off of? We did have that 4-hour BPR. I'm glad it was helpful. Yeah, 4-hour BPR, and then 15-minute change in state. Have we hit max extension yet? Let's measure this out. Have we hit the max extension? We hit it of the lower change in state of delivery, but not this one. If we look at the 10 a.m. candle, right? The 10 a.m. candle, this is interesting because it's also fair that this is a fair value gap, guys. This is a fair value gap. So could we end up drawing towards these lows? Yes, we could. I mean, I forgot. We have that daily change in state delivery. Oh my gosh. Exactly. Coolest kid, you get it. You see through the matrix now. You see through it. News delivers market towards where it already wants to go. Coolest kid. I highly recommend watching the video I made on let me actually look what it's called. Guys, watch this video. Precision disguised as chaos. Not that one. That one. Precision disguised as chaos. The end of that video is going to blow your mind. It's like the exact entry point. The exact entry point on the limit order of the change state delivery was the exact moment news came out, and then it goes and delivers to like 10R. It was one of the craziest videos I've made. So insane. But guys, note where we reacted, right? It was a daily change state. See that? Daily change state delivery. So, that is something to keep in mind. We are pushing up into a daily change in state. So, we might need to deliver lower. Okay. Yeah, I think that one's a cool one. So this is a daily breaker. So we could align this with the 1 hour. Okay, well, it's not obvious. Well, we have a 1 hour gap. Wait, we have a 1 hour gap. We could align this with maybe a 5 minute. 1 hour for value gap. What about 5 minute? See, there's not enough price action yet. We have a 15-minute gap. We could align this with a 1 minute. Okay, this is interesting, right? The only thing is there's not an obvious internal sweep of liquidity. So I'm not convinced, especially with the low resistance highs above. But we did have a 15-minute gap here and now a 1-minute change in state. Not even worth taking on demo, but I'm noting it, right? 1-minute change in state. I just think market could definitely still be bullish here, so I'm not even gonna take it on demo. I mean, what might make more sense is this 1-minute gap and now probably 5-second change in state off of that. And I'd be curious to see if we have SMT. So S&P makes a higher high. Nasdaq makes a higher high. They all make higher highs. All of them. But actually, we have S&T with YM. We have S&T with YM here. Should we try this on demo? This one might be worth trying on demo. But I don't know. That's not super obvious to me. I don't think it's obvious enough. Especially because it's a 1-minute. It's a 1-minute gap. It's just such a low time frame thing. It's just not obvious. Especially because we're going against this opposing bearish change of state. Do you think NQ1 will go to the new all-time high today? Let me make sure nothing happened on my accounts. Yep, we're still good. You think NQ1 will go to new all-time high now? We should look at the higher time frame. Right. Okay, so from a higher time frame point of view, there's two main schools of thought right now that I'm contrasting, right? There's a daily change in state, but there's low resistance highs. So I don't know which is going to be stronger, whether we go to these low resistance highs now or whether this daily change in state holds price down. I don't really know.
Order filled.
Order filled? Why did it say order filled? Why did it say order filled? No, genuinely, why did it say order filled? What? Dude, that is really weird. I don't know. It's obviously my accounts don't have any positions, so I need to make sure my demo account has like a max loss. Oh, I also got a live account, so I can put money in that. But I'm not doing that yet. Eventually one day I'll put one day, meaning probably once I just have saved up a little bit more money, I'll probably get a live account, but for now I'm not going to until I save up a little bit more, because it doesn't make sense if I don't have enough money. But okay, how do I how do I set a Oh, risk settings. Okay, daily loss limit on the demo account. I think daily loss limit should be on demo. What should... Yeah, I thought the order fill was mine too. I thought it was mine. Dude, it's scary. I don't know why I did that, but that was mine. I don't know why it does that. Okay, what do you guys think my daily loss limit should be on demo? It's kind of pointless, but I don't want, because what happened, I just had the demo account at 53,000, and then I accidentally went to sleep and I forgot about a limit order and it blew the entire demo account. So I want to have a daily loss limit so it doesn't happen. So I'm gonna put the daily loss limit at 1,000. If I hit the daily loss limit, if I hit 1,000 daily loss limit, risking 200 per trade on demo, I should just be done. Because that means I lost 5 trades on demo in one day. So I think that's perfectly fine. Because I risk 200 per trade on the demo account. So that will just make it so I don't lose the entire demo account if I fall asleep or something. But once again, if it's a real trade, there's no way I'm gonna be having any issues with that, because I'll be monitoring it and actively watching it. But I guess I don't have to be, but you know what I mean. I'd be more careful not to leave out a limit order or something. So looks like that initial idea that we had of that 5-second change in state of delivery holding, looks like that actually is playing out. The lower one is holding. You see that? Why did the lower one hold and not the higher one? Well, the reason this is a little better is this 5-second change in state of delivery is paired up with an inducement of these lows. So this is a better entry because we're pairing our entry with an inducement. Bang. Alright, so this ends up hitting 2R. Could I have taken this on demo? Sure. Did I really need to? No, I didn't need to. I don't really regret not taking it at all, because once again, I want to be a little pickier about my demo trades. But this did end up hitting 2R, so I might go on another walk, to be honest. I don't know if we're gonna get a trade today. I think one way we could get a trade is, actually I'm not even sure. If it was gonna be a lower time frame scalp, I'd prefer to have the first resistance for value gap at least, and we don't have that, which it's all the way down there now. So I might not get anything. I don't know. I'm just trying my best. Would you buy it 243 low? If yes, then where? 243 low. All the way down here? I don't think we're gonna go all the way down there. Unless, no, I don't think I'd buy it that low, because if we come all the way back down there, then we're probably gonna be delivering lower. I don't know. With this much displacement, I think we're either drawing towards this LRLR, that's option 1, or option 2, we're going to reject the daily change instead of delivery. That's kind of my thoughts. Yeah, I might go on a little walk just to reset my brain, because, yeah. I'll be right back. I'm going to go on a little walk. So that 1 minute 5 second model looks like it's actually continuing. Good for it, I guess. Like, I don't really care. But you guys saw how I said that this could be a model. 1 minute 5 second. But once again, it's not even high enough probability for me to take on demo. It's genuinely just not obvious at all. So, but I did call it out. Once again, I kind of figured this 1 minute change state delivery was not obvious to the downside, and yeah, you can see that it's ignoring it. So, very possible that we are drawing up towards those low resistance highs now. I don't really know what to do here. It's like the only trades would be low time frame micro scalps at this point, and yeah, I don't want to take that on my real accounts probably. I guess for fun we could take a look at, yeah, this could end up being a trade. Just we'll look at this for fun. 1 minute order block. We have really obvious generated lows all through here. So 5 second change in state. Because why would I like this? Because it's just super generated. So let's try this on demo if we get it. But once again, we did get change state. It's not obvious enough for me yet. I want to see us violently close. When we violently close, I know we're going to go run all that liquidity. Alright, we just got it.
Order filled.
I missed the entry, but yeah, I messed up the entry. I did not get filled where I wanted to get filled. Because once again, I should have got filled right here. But anyway. Yeah, because I wanted to get filled right there, right? Because why right there? Because that's a really obvious 5 second change in state of delivery. So that's the one I would prefer. So I would have preferred to got filled there. Once again, we were so bullish.
Filled.
We were so bullish. So that failed. Okay. It was worth a try, probably. But, yeah, that failed. Could it have worked? It could have. It really could have. But did not get filled where I wanted to get filled. Once again, definitely not worth taking on my real account.
Order filled. Order filled.
Bro, what? It needs to chill out. Why did it do that? Oh my gosh. I mean, I thought that was okay. I guess the main thing that wasn't good about it is there was not an obvious sweep of liquidity. That was the main thing. Now we're getting an inverse value gap. So maybe we try this again on demo. If we inverse this gap. Okay, I'm going to try this on demo if we get it. It's a good inverse for value gap. Okay, we got it.
Order filled.
Trying it on demo.
Order filled.
Bro, why does it do that? I could take this. No. I'm not taking this. I'm not shorting for real. That would be bad. Right now, it's just not obvious that we're going lower. Okay, if we hit that first low, I'll definitely go break even. Because I actually don't think this is that good of a trade, to be honest. Should not have even taken this on demo. This is not good. I should not have taken this on demo. See, this is why I say I got to get my emotions, Okay, I'm getting out of it.
Order filled. Order filled.
Alright. Man, that... Once again, guys, lower probability conditions now that we're all the way up here. So... Whatever. Once again, nothing I'd ever take on my real accounts. That was a stupid. Both of those were stupid. Actually, the first one was maybe okay. The second one is just not obvious at all. Like, this is not a good inverse value gap. Whatever. Should have just done. I gotta work on my patience on demo. Like, I need to really treat demo really seriously. Because that was not a good trade to even take on demo. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, there are some trades which I just... Like, I'm like, oh, it's just demo. It's fine. So I'm just gonna take it. But I'm like, it's just bad practice. It is bad practice to take things that are not... They're not even worth taking on demo. I just gotta work on it. But it is what it is. I think that's a just, discipline building thing. But, dude, technically on the demo account, we're up 640 still, so... But yeah, my subscribers keep going up and down like crazy. Yeah, I need to work on my discipline with the demo, because I went from 12.13 down to 12.12, but then I was at 12.11. But yeah, like I was saying, like I need to even if it trades a demo trade, that doesn't give me an excuse to take sloppy trades. The demo trades, they're mostly for things that they're not necessarily sloppy. They're not necessarily sloppy. It's just not something that is high enough probability to take on my real accounts, or it's a little bit of a risky trade, maybe like it's a high RR trade, like the one we did earlier. Like that's fine. But taking sloppy trades on even on demo, I don't want to do that because it's bad practice. It is bad practice for me, and I gotta work on it. But it's definitely better than taking it on my live accounts. That's for sure. I mean my real accounts. Once again, like at this point, it seems pretty clear we're probably drawing towards those low resistance highs. Could the daily change day delivery hold? Yeah, but I doubt at this point. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's more likely we're gonna go run back up to those low resistance highs because this is just clear displacement. Clear displacement with a clear objective. The market usually follows through on that when it has a clear objective, which is these low resistance highs. So yeah, notice how when we're obviously displacing, all of the low time frame gaps hold. All of the low time frame gaps hold. So this gap held, this gap held. This is what I'm saying. It's like the market has a clear objective. So fair value gaps are going to hold when the market's drawing towards an objective. So one fair value gap we could look at is this fair value gap. Even 30-second gaps are holding. Like this was a 30-second gap. It was a very small one, but it was. This was a 30-second gap. Man, it's looking like I'm not going to get anything on my real accounts. Rip. But you know what? We show up. It's worth not taking trades. What is it? Like I was saying, it's worth not taking trades on my real accounts because it's like, you know, I mean, that's like every time I make an error with that, it's, you know, it's very costly. Nothing in here is high probability. So, man, I lost another sub. My subscribers are going crazy. Yeah, nothing obvious, guys. Nothing obvious. But yet, we're still here. We're still showing up. We're still watching price. Thanks, Captain. I appreciate it. Yeah. Not taking bad trades on demo. Just, that's something that, you know what, we'll keep getting better with that time. Once again, nothing in here is obvious. Like, I genuinely do not, like, I wish I could just step off the charts right now, but I really try not to really step off the charts unless my live trading window is over. So There's absolutely nothing obvious here. Like, this is not obvious. I'm not taking that. Inverse value gap. Like, that's not obvious to me. To be honest, I have a feeling this fair value gap is going to hold. Once again, every single fair value gap has been holding, so why shouldn't this one? So 5-second change in state to the upside could hold. Is it even worth taking on demo though? I don't know. Could be. Kind of depends on momentum. Could be worth taking on demo. But once again, real accounts, no way. Because we are within premium of this little tiny range. Alright, let's take this on demo. 8. Once again, all of these 1 minute for value gaps have been holding, so I could see this holding. We got this change in state. I want to see this one. I don't know if this is that obvious. Is this even worth taking on demo? I'm not gonna lie. I don't even think it's worth taking on demo. Well, it's just not obvious. Like, why am I taking trades on demo that are not obvious? It's not even worth taking on demo. It's just not. You gotta work on it. We also did not sweep any lows over here. Yeah, I'm not gonna even take this on demo. I'm not even gonna take it on demo, but I'm gonna observe it. Well, it might not be bad. We just got it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I think yeah. Anyway. Once again, I was right. So we got 15-minute inverse for value gap. I was right. The 1 minute gap held, and then the 5-second change in state delivered price. Whatever, I'm not upset about not taking a trade on demo. Wait. Whoa. Guys, this actually might be worth a try on demo. This is super risky. This is a super high risk trade. But like super high risk. Like if like high risk was high risk, this would be it. But 1 minute rejection block. we have SMT with that rejection block. Do you guys think we should try this on demo? It's good, very decent chance this fails. Let's go ahead and try it. Let's try it on demo. Very, very decent chance this fails, but I don't know. Sometimes we just gotta practice stuff. Like, you know, what if it works? That'd be kind of cool. I doubt it because we're drawing up towards a higher time frame, drawing liquidity, but well, let's try it. Let's try it. I just want to practice these Phoenix minis. So I'm gonna try this on demo. So 639. So I'll do 638 just to make sure I get filled. And it needs to be 16 cons. Alright guys, let's try this on demo. This is not a serious trade. Please do not take this seriously. Very, very high probability this fails. Very high probability. But I just want to experiment around and stuff. I'm not doing this for real, but just as a little experiment, I think this is a very low probability trade. Like, we're higher time frame, right? Higher time frame is expanding towards the LRLR, but I've been meaning to want to try one of these Phoenix models where I take a rejection block and I enter off of the midpoint. Wait a second, what? Oh, it's a 5-minute rejection block. Oh, we already hit the midpoint. Bro, we already hit the midpoint. Alright, well, I'm going to keep it as is. Once again, very, very low probability trade. But, you know, it'd be kind of cool if it did hit. So I just want to experiment around. This is very low probability. I'm aware, but, you know, I want to get practice with the Phoenix model. Even when it's going to be lost, I kind of want to just take every single one that I see. It's one of those things where I think the more I practice it, the more familiar I'm going to get with when it's going to work. I think this one most likely will fail because, once again, higher time frame is expanding towards the drawn liquidity. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know. What if we end up consolidating here? So What would be a helpful confluence would be if this is the high of a Goldbach range. Yeah, once again, this is almost certainly going to fail, but you know what? Whatever, I just want to try it. Okay, I got filled.
Order filled.
That was on demo, right? Once again, higher time frames expanding towards drawn liquidity, so very decent chance this fails. Yeah, we're super bullish. Yep.
Stop filled.
It was worth a try. I didn't know if it was going to work or not, but I figured it was going to fail, right? I figured it was going to fail because higher time frames bullish. Lesson learned. Anyway, right? One of these days, one of those will work, and then you guys will all get it. You guys will be like, oh, I get why he liked this so much. But this, like I said, this was a very lower probability one because we're drawing up on the higher time frame towards the LRLR. Right? We're drawing up on the higher time frame to those low resistance highs all the way up here. So... Once again, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is, I knew that was probably going to fail, but you never know. I'm getting pretty tired, guys. That's another reason for me taking weird stuff, is I'm definitely getting a little tired. Maybe it did hold. No, it didn't. Yeah, one of these days, this trade is gonna, it's gonna work, and you're gonna be like, oh wow, that's really cool. But once again, a 1 minute rejection block against a higher time frame bias, not super likely to work. Yeah, I'm so tired. I've been watching the charts for so long, but yeah, no trades again today. Yeah, almost certainly. But yeah. Yeah, probably should not have even taken that trade on demo, but once again, I'm gonna get better at deciding which trades to take on demo and which ones not to. So that one was probably just a good one to tape read and not even take on demo. Because once again, right? super low probability being against the higher time frame bias. Because what is going on in the higher time frame? We're expanding towards the low resistance highs off on the left hand side of the screen here. So we are on our way. 3 minutes left. Yeah. It's very important, even when you're on the lower time frame, to have the higher time frame draw in mind. So if I know we're drawing higher towards those low resistance highs, well then it's not like I can't take lower time frame trades. It's just that I need to take lower time frame trades with the idea in mind that every single low time frame gap is likely to hold. And so you can see that's the exact case right here, right? Since we're drawing up on the higher time frame, every single low time frame gap ends up being likely to hold. And so that is how you can trade the lower time frames, is understand that these lower time frame gaps are going to hold and then take low time frame changing states off of them. But once again, not necessarily high probability stuff, so not really messing around with it. No, I'm just gonna tape read this one. I'm not taking it on demo. But if we changed state here, maybe we pop off, maybe we don't. I don't know. Oh, it's almost 11:10. We got 1 minute. And then we're finally gonna be done. I gotta work on getting more sleep. And yeah, no trades today, guys. No trades today. And that's totally fine. If I was gonna take a trade, like if I had to pick one, I think the one I would have taken that I really liked was we had that 4-hour gap, and then you could have just taken a 15-minute change instead of delivery. And I thought that was pretty solid. I thought that was, in line with bias, and you can see that was the exact bottom. But honestly, I don't know why I didn't take it, but I think next time I see something like that, I'm probably just going to put a limit order there because it's a pretty safe trade. Especially up to those low resistance highs. I think next time this happens, I'm just going to take it. Once again, 4-hour gap, previous day's low SMT, and then you could have left a runner. So next time, I'll probably just take this and put a limit order there and not be scared, but yeah. Anyway, every day we get a little better. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bye.